Alright, come with me on a little drive. I'm gonna go around Flint. This is kind of one of the Flint neighborhoods. It's not real great. That looks like it used to be a 7-Eleven. That must have closed up a long time ago. This won't be a real long video. And we'll come up here in the scrapyard. Recycling. When you see recycling, you wonder to yourself, are they one of the places that's buying back the copper that people have been stealing out of other people's homes? There's a big problem in this city, around the city, of people breaking into homes, stealing all the copper pipes, and some of them old houses have copper pipes that are actually drain pipes too, you know, some of the bigger ones. There's the Odyssey Bar for your adult entertainment. I think I'll pass, thank you. Happily married and all. That's your thing, hey, whatever. This is one of the junkyards. There's a mobile home court over there. This scrapyard here is cars. See, pretty much that's where they go to die. And they crunch them up and make them into something else. We're on Dort Highway, and we'll get on the freeway here in just a little bit. I'll probably take it down Dort for a little bit. You can see what's what. I mostly make these videos for my friends out in Iran. Called them Thomas and John. Real names being Amin and I'm sorry, John, I'm forgetting your Iranian name. Which you don't go by your American handles anymore. You go by your Iranian name, which is good. Oh, Flint Salvage, kind of painted like the General Lee. Jeez, that's gonna bug me. I only see your name like every day. Why can I not remember it off the top of my head? Alariza, that's his name. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is the north end of Flint, which is, you know, not great. And we'll get on the freeway. There's more industrial stuff over here. What you're seeing in this town is the leftovers of the auto industry. You know, I mean, they still build cars and trucks here too, but not as much as they did. The spark plug plant is gone, has been gone. It's torn down too, and it's been gone for quite a while. So when the big three really pulled out of this area, that's why the area looks like it does. Whose fault is that? I don't know. Some people blame the workers and the unions, saying that they were, you know, there's stories about, you know, people taking super long lunches and getting drunk, and or guys making $50,000 to sweep up the plant, that kind of stuff. I personally don't really think it was all the fault of the workers. I think it was, you know, I think the manufacturers wanted to get cheaper labor, and they figured they could do it overseas, and they did. But now, when you go overseas, they want real wages now, and then they also have, like, you know, like, they don't have OSHA because they're overseas, but, you know, they have their own version of that now. So yeah, it's not, plus you add like your tax, or you add your shipping costs or whatever, and you know, and then all of a sudden it's just not as much of a bargain as it used to be. So places are starting to come back. I think once Detroit starts making a real comeback, I mean, they're on the right trail now. I think this area will come back too. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's abandoned over there. I haven't seen activity there in years. There's that great big giant warehouse thing. There's a lot of that kind of stuff around here. Like, see, that's a truck terminal. That's actually, people are doing stuff there. You can see it in the guardrail. like I was saying, the Flint, I believe, will come back after Detroit does. I think it'll be a trickle-down effect where once Detroit actually starts making a real comeback and people start really moving back to that city, I think it'll, it'll improve a lot of these areas. Because all of the cities out here are in the same condition that Detroit is, financially and otherwise. Flint's having trouble with their water right now. You get, a lot of cities get their water from the Detroit area. It's like it's pumped up, through whatever means that they use through the water pipe, and you got, it's kind of pricey. But the water's good. You never hear anybody really complain about the actual water. Flint's having trouble with their water right now, where it's sickening people. It's causing a rash if you drink it, and I don't know what they're going to do about that. I think they're pumping it out of the Flint River. They obviously have to treat it or whatever, but they're having some trouble with their treatment right now. Alright, let's figure out what this guy's going to do. Flint's got a gem downtown. They've got what's called the Capitol Theater. The Capitol Theater, the family that owns it, have actually been fixing it up for quite a while now, and they're trying to restore it back to its original glory. And it was a pretty cool theater, even when it was, kind of dumpy. It needed a lot of work, and they've done it. They've done tons of it. It's going to be, it's such a beautiful place, and it's, now that they're, getting everything fixed, it's going to be like it was originally, just as beautiful, if not better. So that's good. So hats off to them. They're a nice Middle Eastern family. I've done some work for them on any occasion. They've always been fair to me, and pretty nice people, and glad to see the theater. They haven't actually done anything with it where they're going to have shows or anything like that. I think what they're going to do is it'll be like the Flint version of the Detroit Fox Theater. The Detroit Fox Theater is just an absolute gem downtown. Not to be confused with the Gem Theater. The Fox Theater is a wonderful, wonderful place. It's just, it's just got this, I guess it would be Art Deco, maybe, and it looks almost, I don't know, over the stage it looks almost Turkish. It's like, I spent so much time in the lobby of that place looking at the ceiling, I almost felt like I had to, wear a neck brace after a while. Fox Theater, I've only attended one show there. It was called Experience Hendrix, and I did get to see Mitch Mitchell, Jimi Hendrix drummer, play his last show in Detroit, because a few months later, or not long later, after they got done with the tour, he passed away in his hotel room. I think in Portland, Oregon, so I got to see Mitch Mitchell play once. So, hey, at least we got that. Unfortunately, he died. So rest in peace, Mr. Mitchell. You're a hell of a good drummer. Now we're just basically going up the freeway, heading east on I-69. Wish I could head west on I-69 and keep going until I got to, I don't know, California or something. I know it goes quite a ways. You might remember this freeway from my last video. So ride with me, it did. I think we're out of Flint now. I think this is Burton. You can tell by the bumping and shaking of the camera that our roads are not very good. They want to increase our taxes. Our governor wants to increase our taxes to fix these roads. Well, if that's what it takes, I suppose that's what it takes. But I'm just wondering, they do have a road fund. Where'd that money go? We need to have roads fixed like they do in Germany, where they like stay fixed. We have a little joke here in Michigan. It's either winter or construction as far as our seasons go. We have winter and construction. That's the joke. They have a tendency to get everything, try to get everything done in the summertime. And what they do is they basically Like, it's nearly impossible to go east or west on any road. Like, all the main roads would be closed off, and traffic jams. It's crazy. There goes the Showcase Cinema. That closed up around the recession of 2008. That's a big empty. Kind of a shame. There's the Walmart. That's always open. Hey, I shop there too, so whatever. I don't shop at that one, but you know what I mean. That's Belsay Road. As you can see over there, that's the abandoned Miracle Twin Drive-In. They're going to be, I don't think it'll be a drive-in anymore. It's a drive-in movie, if you're not aware, is where you actually take your car and then you drive it, into the outdoor theater, and then they show a movie on the screen, and you can watch it from your hood or your car, or you can watch it from inside the car. And they used to have metal boxes that would go on the window. There you go. You can probably see one of the screens in the background. But instead, they would actually broadcast it through your radio. So that was pretty nice. There are actually a couple drive-ins left that are open that we go to. There's one a little ways from here, in Fenton. That's the US 23. That's on Fenton Road, just off of Hill Road. That one's pretty nice. It's got several theaters. It's only open, spring till through summer, up through fall, and then it closes. And then there's my favorite one. It's in Sandusky. That is the Highway Drive-In, HI-WAY. The Highway is the oldest one in Michigan, the oldest theater. They recently had an upgrade, and they got a digital projector, which looks amazingly cool. It's like, wow, I can't believe it looks better than the Blu-ray disc. I met the owner and the projectionist a couple times. They were really, really cool, and they actually showed me the old equipment that they were using, and after they changed over, they showed us the new equipment, which was really nice of them to do. Kind of a nice downtown, well, it's not, down home. It's not downtown. It's outside of downtown. The owner of the Firebird Theater in Sandusky owns the Highway Drive-In. It's obviously seasonal because nobody's going to the drive-in movie like this time of year, unless you're in Detroit. Detroit has a drive-in movie theater too. That is the Ford, Wyoming. It's in kind of a rough neighborhood, but it's right off the freeway. And I never had any problems down there. The people were always cool, and the movies were good. And the cool thing about a drive-in movie is, well, besides everything, is that you pay for one movie and you get two. It's a 2-for-1 movie deal. So, it only costs like $8 or something to get in per adult, and, then you're watching 2 movies, which is excellent. And, I like driving my car there. You can kind of kick back and, you can do whatever in your car, so it doesn't matter. If you want to have a little glass of wine or something, nobody's the wiser, as long as you don't make a big deal out of it. Just don't drink and drive, and everything is cool. But your significant other can have a couple if she wants. Alright, you probably guessed that we're out of Flint. This is Davison. Davis is just a little town. It's kind of like any other little town. It's actually kind of like Lapeer. There it is over there. It's got all the usual stuff. My favorite restaurant there is Lucky's Steakhouse. And there's a Mexican place up there too called Senor Lucky's, which is pretty good. There's a Lucky's Steakhouse over there. You see the sign. It's a chain restaurant for Michigan. He's got a bunch of them all over the place. One in Bay City and Imlay City, Davison, and where else? There's one in Clio. In Michigan, we call our cities weird names, like if you go to Lake Orion, it's pronounced Lake Orion, not Lake Orion, even though it's spelled like Orion. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Same with Clio. It looks like Clio. That's how it's spelled. You know, C-L-I-O, but it's pronounced Clio. I don't know. Maybe it's Indian or something. I have no idea. So anyway, it's January 26th, and it's pretty cold out. Got up this morning, it was like 0 with a wind chill factor of, like, I don't know, negative 10 or something. That's pretty cold. Right now it's probably, I don't know, it's probably in the 20s right now, so it's a little warmer. I can usually handle it if it's like in the 20s or 30s. I'm usually not, you know, it's not that bad. You just dress for it. I don't know why, but some people from out of state think that Michigan is winter all year long. It's not. It actually gets pretty hot here. This air conditioner in my van will definitely get used in the summertime because it can get like 95, 100 degrees with 100% humidity, which feels like, you know, 110. So it, you know, on average it's in the 80s and 90s around the summertime, sometime in the 70s, you know. But yes, it does get hot here. I met the guys from Sadistic Intent who were backing up Jeff Becerra from Possessed. Met him at the Royal Oak Music Theater. They opened for Danzig, which was a waste because Danzig was just terrible. But anyway, we met the guys, and it was cold. It was like November or something. They're like, "Oh, it's so cold here." It's like, well, you got to come back in the summer, man. It's like, "Oh, it warms up here." Well, yeah, of course it does. People crack me up with that crap, you know. I think it's always winter here. No, it's not. It's only winter in the winter time. Right now it's January, so it'll be cold for January, February. Around March it'll start to break up, and you know, April it should be, you know, we should be fine. So it's a slow warm up. I don't really care for February that much. It's dark and dismal and cold. It gets dark here like, I don't know, 5 o'clock, so I mean it seems like it's dark a lot. And that's like the worst time of the year. The guy must have a flat tire or something. See that is a Ford. That's a factory 4x4 with a crew cab. That guy will always break the speed limit. Anybody who's driving one of those is probably going to break the speed limit. If you are out on a country road and you see one coming, don't bother to pull out in front of him because he's going to drive up your butt the whole time. Just wait for him to go past and then drive behind him. Trust me, I don't know what it is with everybody who owns one of those vans or one of those trucks, but they always drive way too fast with them. The old Ford Ranger. Ford Rangers were a good truck. So anyway, I think you guys seen enough of the freeway. I just wanted to take you around the north end of Flint real quick, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks a lot.